Hello. So this morning I'm going to be doing an Apache Spark code review, just my regular Friday thing. I'm sorry for the late start. Just had some issues with my webcam drivers this morning, and so it just took me a few minutes to get started. I'm actually hanging out outside because I'm in Vancouver, and I got a room with a balcony, and so that felt kind of nice. If it gets really loud though, or people say it's a little too loud, I'll just run back inside and do it from there. But if you hear the sound of some buses coming by, you know that's not getting on a bus right now. I'm just hanging out here. And I'm in town for Open Source Summit North America. So if you were there, I hope you said hi. If you didn't, that's okay too. But it's nice to come back to Vancouver for tech conferences sometimes. And I'm just going to bring. There we go. Okay, and so I've got the YouTube and Twitch chat windows open on my respective phones. With that, let's get into it. It looks like I need to update what we're working on slides. So we're working on weekly Apache Spark code review. And we're going to go ahead and fix this part as well super quickly. Periodically my webcam drivers just seem to decide that they want to output at a different resolution, and I don't really know why. I should figure that out at some point. But okay, with that started, let's go ahead and launch our good friend Chrome. And we're going to go look at some PRs. So spark-prs.appspot.com. And this is a really handy tool for people like me. It lets us drill down into PRs in the different areas of Spark. And I'm actually going to go ahead and sign in, so it's using my GitHub credentials, and I can see stuff by user. This just takes a second. It's a little slow. Ryan Blue had a really interesting PR, which we looked at, I think, the past 2 times. And since then, it's actually been merged. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to... I know we normally don't look at merge code in this one, but we're going to do a quick look at it because another person has made a follow-up PR to Ryan Blue's PR, and so we're going to go and look at some of the context there. And I normally look mostly in Python, sometimes in ML as well. This is the follow-up PR that I was talking about from Million. Let's see what else there is. Oh yeah, this is a thing that we talked about on the mailing list where someone was asking for this functionality, and we gave them a workaround, but then it was like, yeah, we actually do have this functionality in the Scala side, and if you want to implement it, you know, be good to do. Should be pretty small. Doesn't merge right now according to the PR dashboard, which is strange, but let's definitely take a look at that. More tests, good. And oh, the linter follow-up, I'm really excited about this. Okay, that is probably as many PRs as we're going to be able to get through in the remaining 15 minutes. I actually have a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning, so I should show up to that, because it's with someone who decides how much, or it's good to do. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into Spark. You can see I still haven't updated my GitHub payment method. I really need to do that, but Star Blue? Why is this not coming up? The user's name is... So I'll take a look. It is... Oh, it's RD Blue. Okay. We're going to go into closed. Ooh, that's actually... Wait, what? this one I'm more interested in. I'm kind of confused. Okay, here we go. That's a thing. Those are other things that we might look at. There is also, this looks really interesting if we've got time. That being said, we're going to focus on the Python ones today, just so that we do have like a theme. But if we end up with more time, we'll follow up and take a look at some other things. So, yeah, and so it's, yeah. So this is one of the useful things, is that now to make this functionality work, your application has to be detected as a Python application. And one of the projects I maintain is called Sparking ML, and it is a mixed language project. Livy can also be a mixed language project. And so they already set this, and I don't, but I'm going to have to start setting this in one of my own projects. And yeah, okay, so there was, you know, just some minor comments and fixes over the past few days. So like update configuration docs, and there was another one in here. Add docs. Oh yeah, and this was the big one, which had been blocking this, was that the method of getting the conf inside of this PR wasn't correct, and it was causing some failures. But it's all been fixed, and what this does is this helps Python configure its address space to not sort of run into out-of-memory exceptions and to know to trigger GC events. And so hopefully this is going to help us in practice. We'll see, but I'm really hoping that this PR will help reduce the number of out-of-memory exception errors that Python users in Spark are getting. It's already merged. There is a follow-up to it, though, and we're going to go find that follow-up next, which goes ahead and adds this to Kubernetes. And the nice thing about the Kubernetes one is, I'm told it has integration tests. And that's really, really nice. The Yarn integration tests just aren't quite as thorough, and so this is cool. So that being said, let's go ahead, jump into the files change, and take a look at what they're doing in this PR. Okay, I mean that documentation chain looks pretty reasonable. Worker memory check.py, yeah. I'm not really sure this belongs in examples. Let's just leave a comment here. Because this doesn't seem like the kind of thing which is really an example we want to show people. It seems like it's more of a testing utility. I'm a little confused about this, but we'll come back to it. Or actually, let's go ahead, and since we're in review mode, I'll just leave a note to myself and make sure we come back to this. So So this is just, to-dos are cool, but it's really easy to lose track of to-dos in a 2-bit in a large code base. So just filing in Jira can just help there.
Okay.
This means we couldn't turn it on in a mixed language pipeline. Even if the Is there a reason we did this instead of yarn? And so this is just, by doing the string comparison, it means that if I write a mixed language pipeline, which uses Python and R, Scala, you know, I just can't set my app resource type correctly and get the behavior that I want here. Okay. So this answers my question for what this is actually about. But why this instead of the bools? What about folks who want to make a pipeline which is both? Like, I will admit, the number of people who want to make a pipeline which is both R and Python at the same time is not that big, but still useful to think about. That being said, let's go and take a look at the logic here. Wait, okay. This if-else block is a little, I don't like it. I write this as a match. But maybe there's a good reason. So get option app resource type map. So then we have the resource type. This is the thing, so these are zeros, but I remember in the other PR, 0 and -1 were used to convey information, which is not like a great practice necessarily, but it does mean that we should check here and make sure that the 0 is being used to convey the right information, not in the case where it should be being used for -1. So we're going to go ahead and go down here. We're going to go and find -1. No, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and pull these two next to each other. Hi, cool. So this is the answer. 0 is the right place, is the right number to use here. That's great. Okay. So executor memory total. Wait, where the... Yeah, okay. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. So... And like, admittedly, I am like one of the 7 people that care about mixed language pipelines directly, but there are a lot of people who depend on a project called Libby, which also uses mixed language pipelines. And so we want to make sure that even though not a lot of people directly care about these mixed language pipelines, that they are actually continuously supported. So and since I have this question, it would maybe just be good to have a comment about what the precedence rules are. Hi, thanks for tuning in. And so, because I'm not sure, and it would be good to know, just what the precedence rules are here. Oh, cool. Traffic's starting to happen a little more. Okay, and just yeah, same. That's fine. Okay. That's weird. Whatever. We're not at the point where like we're gonna start digging into style a lot. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Is this a test? Yeah. Okay, that's a test. We don't. It's fine. Is this change intentional? This just looks like something that was maybe unrelated and accidentally included. Same. Is this change intentional? Sometimes people accidentally bring in small little changes from other PRs they've been working on. As you saw, like Ryan Blue had 11 open PRs, And at that point, it can be easy to accidentally bring small things over.
Okay.
This is pretty cool. Oh, secrets test suite. Why the? Okay. Well, this is unrelated, but it's fine because it's yeah. Okay. So we actually got through that pretty quickly. It's only a first pass though. Okay, I'm gonna search for to do. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Did a quick first pass over this PR. Really excited to have this support in K8s as well as Yarn. But I have some questions, especially around mixed language pipelines. For integration tests, what's the story, and or is there a separate PR? And another issue. So unfortunately, the Kubernetes integration tests haven't been fully integrated into Spark. And I just want to know if this is all of the tests, and that's like not bad. Like this is pretty good test coverage from a first glance perspective. And if that's the case, I'll dig deeper into the test coverage here. But if there's a second PR with more of the tests in it, because the Kubernetes tests live in a second place, the integration tests are in the PR. Well, okay, that's fine. In that case, I guess I'll dig into this a little more. And thanks for tuning in. Yes, the integration tests are integrated. So that's lovely. Also, I'm really glad that we have the PR author with us this morning. That's a really nice addition. So thanks for joining us as well. So then in that case, let's actually go and spend some time in the test suite. It's pretty reasonable. These ones are still, I don't know. Okay, cool. Base memory. Oh, actually, that's an interesting. This is an interesting question because we did that thing to do more overhead for non-JVM containers. But do we still need that? I don't know. It's a good question that we can ask in the review. Okay. Space memory over. Although actually we probably still want a little extra overhead regardless, but maybe not quite as much. Anyways. Let's go through this. Yeah, okay, Python test suite. Run PySpark with memory customization. So mildly confused why there's so many sets here. This is just a super minor point. But like, there's just some extra sets here, which it seems like we would just be doing in other places. Why is worker reuse being set to false? Yeah, so the Docker image is built, but like with a pre-specified tag, but you know that's the same. Same thing right here as right here. It just feels like mild code smell. It's super mild though. Like if we don't want to change it, that's fine. This one I'm a little more curious about. You configure the memory. Also, the different value. If so, we should call it out in the docs. And it's not directly related to the test, but just because we're doing it in the test, I assume this is what we expect people to normally do. So we should tell them that in the documentation. Yeah, I like this check of the logs. It's really nice. Yeah, I like this. It's great. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we're testing it now. Okay. I'm glad we're testing it. And I'm in Canada, so I have to use my extra U's, otherwise they take away, or actually they already took away my passport yesterday. They won't give it back to me today, and that would be very sad. A small joke. Okay, cool. So that's pretty solid. I'm really excited about this PR. Let's go ahead. We're gonna, yeah. Really excited. Are now integrated. Okay, cool. And so this is just a first pass. It's not like, this isn't like the final review, but you know, it's important to do first passes so that we can, you know, just get things going quickly. And also because I'm lazy, and yeah. That being said, I want to do something really easy and fluffy right now, and so I'm going to go and pick the smallest PR. Damn it, it has a comment already. That is a great question. Okay, it looks like another reviewer is already handling it though. And yeah. Yeah, okay. So normally we try and have doc tests like these be examples of how the user should use this. So I would consider getting the active session and then doing something a normal user would with it. And we'll just do that as a single comment. And that's good. Okay, cool. So let's get active sessions. I don't want to close these because sorry, I shouldn't have closed these because I'm going to try and grab their names for the PR description later. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. That seems reasonable. Okay, this PR was supposed to be really simple, but is now not turning out to be at all simple. So it sounds like that this PR is not behaving as expected in our integration environment, and it's not giving the same results. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off, just for the other person who's working on it, because the PR can take a long time to test, we're just going to go ahead and helpfully kick off a retest so people can see if it's now behaving slightly more deterministically. But let's also go take a look at the code and see if we maybe have an idea why it is that's weird. So let's go and take a look. Let's go into console output. We're going to go into full log mode. So looking at so maybe only some of the Jenkins workers have the correct version of PyArrow and pandas installed. We should probably check. We should probably check that. Okay. So that would be the most simple explanation of why it's not deterministic, is simply that the different Jenkins workers have different versions of these libraries installed, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's life, and that means that we haven't been very deterministically actually testing arrow support, so that's not great. It's not the end of the world though, like because it does get tested periodically, and so hopefully if we break anything, we'll notice eventually. But it's better to catch it sooner than later, so that's certainly a thing we should consider trying to fix. Not really feeling this. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this. Well, and by that I mean, like, I don't think this is a bad PR. I just don't want to deal with that. I do want to take a look at this because, yeah. Fix blocking unit test for scholars as well. Oh, well, okay. This sounds like people have already sort of dug into this one, so it's maybe less fun for us to dig into today. Let's go back and look at some more Python stuff. So one of the things here is, this contributor very helpfully fixed a bunch of sort of Python issues which had snuck into our code base and were actually cacheable by K8. And this is really, really useful because, yeah. And this is it merged? It got merged, I think. Did I merge it? Yeah. Okay, it was merged, and I'm happy that we got this. I think this is a PR, which it doesn't list me as a reviewer. I think I reviewed one of the earlier versions of it or something. Maybe. Or something else quasi-related. Yeah. Devlin, Python. I think. Flagate. If we list it in, we have a requirements.txt file inside of Spark. I just don't remember where. Dev, there's like a, go take a look at the building Spark instructions and see what they say. Let's go take a look at Devlin. Yeah. Devlin, Python. Because I had to reboot because of that webcam issue. My Emacs session went away. Yeah. This looks reasonable enough. That's interesting. I didn't realize this is what we got. Huh. How we fetch PyCode style. Yeah. Wait, X line length is 127? Wait. I'm not super sure why we want 127. I don't think that's what our style guide calls for. But I could be wrong. Okay. Spark, style guide. There we go, here we go. Here we go. From should be 100. So, that's, okay. And to be clear, this one is just to output, all of the errors / warnings, not to actually stop the build. That's the one above. I think this might get confusing. And so I think this could get confusing, especially even just for me. So go ahead, switch into review mode, I guess. Yeah, I just think that's going to be confusing. That's okay. Things can be confusing sometimes, but I think we could do a little better. Alright. Oh yeah, so I haven't pulled the latest version, and that was one of the PRs that I did review where the contributor fixed the underscore version error. Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead, review changes. Thanks for doing the cleanup, as well as the follow-up PR to make sure we don't regress. Some minor questions. Okay. And so this is just like, yo, this looks good. I have some questions, but thanks for doing this work. Okay, with that, I've got like 10 minutes left. It's kind of hard to fit a PR review into 10 minutes. Or more specifically, it's kind of hard to fit in a PR review of the ones that I picked out for today into 10 minutes. So we're gonna, oh damn it, I didn't mean to close that because I was gonna reference it. Later. Let me go switch into the talking mode where I go talking. Okay, so cool. That's going to be it for today's code review. I have a Spark Kubeflow integration live stream at 11 a.m. that I will hope you join me for as well. That should be fun. And then I'm going to see if the Hyatt in Vancouver has a pool, maybe go swimming, and then go try and get my passport back. From Passport Canada, it's not been stolen or anything like that. It's just the joys of having to update one's passport mid-travel. And so hopefully that works out. Thank you all for joining me, and yeah, I hope to see you at 11. If not, hope to see you next week for another Apache Spark code review. have a lovely rest of your weekend.